The first part of this question for revision number 1 for coordinate geometry is AB as a line segment. So let's sketch AB. AB. The point C divides the line segment internally in the ratio 1 to 3. So we have the point C ratio 1 to 3. And we have the point C is 6, 11. And the point A 1, 13. So we just look at the jump. The jump from 1 to 6 is 5. That's one part, so to get 3 parts, we multiply by 3 to get 15. So we have to add 15 to the 6 to get 21. So that's the x part of B. Then from 13 to 11, we're going down 2. That's one part of the ratio. If we multiply by 3 to get minus 6, we get 6 parts of the ratio, or sorry, 3 parts of the ratio, and minus 11 minus 6 gets us to B, so 11 minus 6 is 5. Part 2, we have perpendicular distance from a point to a line, so we need everything on the same side of the equal sign. 4 over 3x minus y minus 11 equals 0. So we have our A value, our B value, and our C value. 4 over 3 minus 1 minus 1y minus 11. And their x value and y value is 5 and minus 2. So write your formula, ax1 or ax plus by1 plus c all over the square root of a squared plus b squared. So a times x is 4 thirds times 5. 4 over 3 by 5 is 20 over 3. A. Then we have plus b times y, so minus 1 by minus 2 is plus 2. Plus c, which is minus 11. All over the square root of a squared, 4 over 3 to be squared, plus b squared, so you can put the minus 1 in a bracket if you wish, or just 1 squared. So the top is going to give us, if we do it in thirds, we're going to get 20, all of these over 3, 20, plus 2 is 6 over 3, minus 11 will be minus 33 over 3, all over the square root of 4 thirds squared is 16 over 9, plus 1, which is 9 over 9. So this is going to give, on top, minus 7 over 3. And on the bottom, we're going to get the square root, I'll do it off to the side, the square root of 25 over 9, which is the square root of the top and the bottom, 5 over 3. So 5 over 3, and the same denominator, so they'll cancel, and we just get the absolute value of minus 7, 7 over 5 units, and that's equal to 1.4. Are we asked to write it as a decimal? No, so 7 over 5 or 1.4 units is the answer to the second part of this question. In this question, we're asked to find the area of a triangle, and we're given these vertices here. So we got to move one of them to 0, 0. This one already has a 0 portion, so why don't we move that one to 0, 0? So we're taking 11 away from the y portion. So the first point, 4, 6, will become 4. And 6 minus 11 is minus 5. The second point will be minus 3. And if we take 11 away from minus 1, we get minus 12. You could use the formula, or you could remember to do your loops. So it's going to be half the absolute value of 4 by minus 12, minus sign in the middle, and then we have minus 5 by minus 3. This is going to give half of the absolute value of minus 48. 3 minus signs will give a minus, minus 15. So this is half the absolute value of minus 63, which is equal to 31.5. Area is square units. In part B, we're given the points A and B, and we're told, or we're asked to find a midpoint, or to show that the midpoint is. So from junior cert, we would say minus 1k. We'd line up 5, sorry, that is a minus 1k, line up 5l. What do we do to find midpoint? We add them together and we divide by 2, or just use the formula. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and then k plus l added together is k plus l, and if we divide these by 2, we get 2 and k plus l over 2, which is what we were asked to show, QED. In the next part, we're told the perpendicular bisector is of AB, and we're given an equation. So if we get the slope of this line, we can get the perpendicular slope. Slope of this line will be 2y equals minus 3x plus 14. Y is equal to minus 3x over 2 plus 7. So this is now in the format y equals mx plus c. So the number in front of x is m. So m is equal to minus 3 over 2. So my perpendicular slope, perpendicular m, is equal to change the sign and flip it, plus 2 over 3. So if we use that information and we take the points A minus 1k and B 5l, the change in y is l minus k, going y2 minus y1, and the change in x is 5 minus 1, and this is their slope, so this is going to be equal to 2 over 3. So we should be able to form an equation now in L and K. 3L minus 3K is equal to 6 by 2, which is 12. So L minus K, we divide by 3, will be equal to 4. So you should then go, okay, we've two unknowns. What other information have they given me to help? Well, the perpendicular bisector, the midpoint will be on that line. So 2K plus L over 2 is on this line here. So let's sub it in there and get a value for K and L. So 3 times X will be 3 times 2. Plus 2Y is plus 2 times K plus L over 2. So the 2's will cancel. And that's going to be equal to 14 if I bring the 14 across. So we're going to get 6 plus K plus L is equal to 14. So K plus L in this case will be equal to 8. So if we write that above the other one, we get just reverse the L and the K. L plus K is equal to 8. So we're going to get 2L is equal to 12. So L is equal to 6. And if L is equal to 6, therefore K would have to be equal to 2, as L plus K is equal to 8. So just take your time, try and figure out what they've given you to get into the question. The trend of some easy questions on every paper is visible in this one. We're given 3 points on a diagram, and we're asked to find a midpoint and slope of AB. So let's connect AB. We'll draw a triangle and connect it. So we can get the rise and run actually without completing the triangle. I don't want to draw over the numbers. So the rise is 1 and the run is 7. Slope of AB is positive, so positive 1 over 7. The midpoint, like the last question, line them up, 7, 3, 0, 2. Add, divide by 2 to get midpoint, so 7, 3 and 2 is 5, divide by 2, 3.5 and 2.5. Does that look right on the diagram? Out 3.5 up to 2.5. You can see that's the up to 3.5. That's only up to 2. 2.5 will be here. You can see that will be on the line. We'll draw it now if we connect. So that's the midpoint and slope, and then we're asked to find the perpendicular bisector of AB. So the perpendicular bisector, can't talk, we need to get the perpendicular slope. Turn the 7 over 1 upside down and change the sign, minus 7 over 1, which is minus 7, and the point that we have to find the equation of a line is the midpoint, 3.5, 2.5, write your equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and then fill in your values. Y minus 2.5 equals minus 7 times x minus 3.5. We are asked for it in this format where everything is on the same side of the equal sign. So we're going to get y minus 2.5 equals minus 7x plus 7 3s are 21 and 3.5 is 24.5. Bringing everything to the left hand side, 7x plus y minus 2.5 minus 24.5 will be minus 27 equals 0. Then we're told use our answer from part B, the equation of this line, to find the coordinates of O, the circumcenter of triangle ABC. So let's draw that triangle, A to C, B to C. What do we know about orthocenter? Sorry, circumcenter this time, not orthocenter, circumcenter. So the point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors, and we have one of them already. So let's just look at, we got the perpendicular bisector of AB. So perpendicular looks like it goes through here at this point. So we get the perpendicular bisector of CB. Looks like it's around here just as a rough estimate. So let's get the midpoint of CB while we have it in front of us here. 0, 2, and 4 minus 6. Add to get 4. Divide by 2 to get 2. And then add to get minus 4. And divide by 2 to get minus 2. So 2 minus 2 is actually pretty bang on for what we were looking at. So the midpoint. Now we need the slope of BC. Slope of BC is equal to, the change in y from 2 to minus 6 is 8. And we can see this is a minus slope, so minus 8. And the change from 0 to 4, from 0 to 0 to 4 is a change of 4. So minus 8 over 4, which is minus 2 over 1. So my perpendicular slope is 1 over 2. So we have our point 2 minus 2. And we have our perpendicular slope, which is equal to 1 over 2. So y minus minus 2 equals m times x minus 2. Multiplying by 2, we get 2y plus 4 is equal to x minus 2. So bringing 2y to the right, we're going to get x minus 2y equals, bringing the minus 2 to the left, 6. So we have a minus 2y, so we can make this one a plus 2y by multiplying the whole expression by 2. So 14x plus 2y is equal to, the 27 will be positive on the right hand side, 54 by 2 will be 108. 15x will be equal to 114. No, it wouldn't. You're telling me, because obviously when you get something like that, you know you've made a mistake. I've multiplied the 27 by 2 twice, 54. So 15x is 60. So x is 4. And if x is 4, we can use any of the equations. Let's use this one. X minus 2y is equal to 6. 4 minus 2y equals 6. Bringing 2y to the right would make it positive, and we'd have 4 minus 6 would be minus, let's write it out, 4 minus 6 minus 2 is equal to 2y, so y is equal to minus 1. So the point 4 minus 1 is the circumcenter. Does not match with our diagram. 4 minus 1. Where do we have it? We had it here. Pretty close to 4 minus 1. So that's the first video on coordinate geometry. Check out the second one when you've mastered this.